friends. Happy New Year. I hope 2019 is the year that all your dreams come true. Today is the first Sexy Stylist Talk and also the ending of the season. But we're going to start a new season. We have a great surprise for the next shows. We are going to start the new season with men because I wanted to know what men think about sexy stylists. So today my special guest is Ashley Gillett, and she is the author of Red Flags Run. I love this book. I can't wait to talk to her. This is amazing. Hi, darling. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm good. How are you?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
I was reading your book,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't believe all the relationship that you have been going through.
Mm-hmm.
Bad choices.
A lot of bad choices that I made.
So tell me about it.
Okay, so basically I told everybody the red flags that I saw in the beginning, how I ignored them and how I had stalkers, I had men threatening my life, taking my money, I was buying stuff for them, they weren't working. It was just a whole cycle, the whole 20s of my life. 10 years of bad dating.
I cannot believe it. I was reading her book and she was telling a story where she's going to a date and the guy the day asked her to buy a t-shirt so he can wear that t-shirt for the date.
Mm-hmm.
And you went and buy that t-shirt. What were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking. That's the thing. When he asked me, I was a little upset and annoyed, but I did it anyway. And that right there, buying that one shirt, opened the door for him to ask me for things the entire year that we were dating. Asked me for money, help to take care of his kids. It's just, that was the open door. And it was crazy.
So now, we talk about what you went through. So let's talk about why this happened. What was going on in your life? What happened with Ashley that you allowed yourself to go into these bad relationships?
Okay, so it was a number of things. I didn't have any self-love for myself. I didn't have any self-esteem. I was overweight. And I just allowed that because they look good on the outside, that it was a good looking relationship. It just looked good on the outside to other people. So I didn't mind them treating me bad, lying to me, having girls call my phone, them asking me for money, whether they lived in New York or in another state, and me sending them money through Western Union, and just lying over and over. Like, my account was just ridiculous. Like, I would send money. I would be so rich if I could get all the money back from all these men who asked me for money, and I kept giving it to them over and over. There was one guy who asked me for money, and I said I didn't have any money. He told me to use my credit card. And he said, don't you have a savings account? And I gave him the money.
But we are talking about when women when we go to that stage is because it's our self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
And you were not feeling good about yourself, you don't love yourself. And that is the reason that you were really attracting this bad relationship into your life.
Yes.
And sometimes we think about it, sometimes we said, oh, they are just bad men out there. Let me tell you, Mamacita, I'm sorry, but maybe it's because you are the person who is attracting this relationship.
Yes. I attracted all these bad men, and all of them were the same. They were all different names, different states, different shades of color, but they were all the same men that I attracted for the 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
In bad relationships.
Straight
from one bad guy to the next bad guy.
Yeah.
So you were in a situation like, put here like 10 good men and 9 good men and 1 bad.
And I picked the bad.
You will pick the bad one. And the reason of that is because the way that you are feeling about yourself.
And
what are you projecting? What are you feeling? You are feeling you are not worthy. And that's the reason that you get treated that way.
Terrible. I was treated terribly. And it was just a thing that I just went through. There's no word for
How how can women, when you go to a date, how can women really, can see those red flags?
Well, a lot of men, they give you the red flags. Like, for instance, there was a man who told me he was in love with me the first date, and we found each other online. So that was a red flag to me because he didn't know anything about me, and I should have ran, and that was actually the worst relationship of my life. But there are things, you have this thing called discernment, and you need to use it when you see the red flags. When it's just, you can see his behavior. If he's being sneaky, he's not being very vocal, how he treats you, is he opening the door for you? Like, it's certain things that he can do that shows you that he's not a good man and that you shouldn't even waste your time dealing with this man. They'll show you. It's, are you going to accept?
Yes. I always said listening, when we listen, and I talk about in my book about that, up in the chapter of listening. If you really listen to people, they tell you who they are.
Yes, they do. They tell you
they are all the time. We got that. And I know you read my book, right?
Yes, I did. It was a great book on the 10 sexy things that lie within us that we can project and show with kindness and self-care, which I'm going to talk about self-care.
Guys, that's what we're talking about, the self-care. But when we do self-care, we are not just talking about hygiene, that is common sense, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, and doing your hair, for pride of yourself and respect for others. We are talking here about emotional and
physically,
and emotionally and mentally.
Yes.
And when we are not there emotionally, we are not taking care of ourselves emotionally and mentally, and that is what takes us to really go into bad relationships that we were just talking about, right?
Yes. So when you don't feel good about yourself, if you look bad, if you don't feel good about yourself, if you don't feel good about yourself inside, that projects and you tend to get into bad relationships. If you're not feeling good emotionally, you can love somebody and not love yourself. And after you leave that person, you're still lonely, so that it doesn't fill that void. There's still a void within you. So I can love him so much and not love myself, and it's not going to work. And I can pick arguments and pick fights and just not be happy.
Yes, because you are not fulfilled. You are not fulfilled. And sometimes women trying to find a relationship to fulfill me, please make me happy. First of all, Mamacita, you need to make yourself happy.
Thank you.
And yes, you need to make yourself happy and like who you are.
Yes.
And then you will attract the right person.
Exactly. You need to travel.
Yes.
You need to make yourself look good inside out, eat great, look great, and then you feel great.
And feel fabulous.
Yes.
And when he comes, he's going to be there and your feet, and he's going to really be the right person for you. This is extremely important. I have been very lucky in my life. When I was reading your book, I said, I've never been in a relationship like this. I cannot believe it. So I've been very, maybe it has been my confidence, and also I am very standards and boundaries. It's extremely important to have your standards and boundaries. And I am not shy to tell a man if I feel disrespected or he does something that I don't like.
Yes.
And so important to women, we need to have, what is my boundary?
Yes.
What is my standards?
Yes.
And do not allow this person to break those standards and to cross those boundaries.
Yes, you have to have real boundaries. You can't have fake boundaries. If you don't want to sleep with someone, don't go to their house. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Go on dates and don't break it because you think he won't like you if you don't do what he wants. It's not about him. No, it's about you.
It's about you.
Women, you are the prize.
That's right. So is anything that you wanted to tell of the lady that are watching us right now to have a healthy relationship in 2019?
To have a healthy relationship, know what you want, love yourself, and stick to your boundaries.
Yes, standards and boundaries, lady. Standards and boundaries. Love yourself. You are beautiful and worthy. Never forget that.
You are the prize.
Stay sexy and timeless.
Bye.